Once upon a time, in a serene village nestled amidst lush green hills, there lived a young monk named Siddhartha. Siddhartha was known throughout the village for his wisdom and peaceful demeanor. He followed the teachings of Buddha diligently, always seeking to attain enlightenment and inner peace. One sunny morning, Siddhartha decided to take a stroll through the village, contemplating the teachings he had learned. As he walked, he noticed a group of villagers engaged in a heated argument. They were shouting and pointing fingers, their faces contorted with anger and frustration. Curious, Siddhartha approached the villagers and inquired about the cause of their dispute. A man, red-faced and trembling with anger, stepped forward and explained, "We are arguing about the distribution of water from the village well. Some believe it should be divided equally, while others want it based on need." Siddhartha listened carefully, his compassionate gaze fixed on the agitated villagers. After a moment of deep thought, he spoke, "My friends, I have a story to share with you, a story that might help you find a solution to your dispute." The villagers gathered around Siddhartha, eager to hear his wisdom. In a distant village, Siddhartha began, there once lived a group of monks who faced a similar dilemma. They had a single bowl, and they needed to decide how to distribute food among themselves. Some monks argued for equal portions, while others suggested that the food should go to those who needed it most. As Siddhartha continued his story, the villagers became engrossed in his words. One day, Siddhartha continued, the head monk called a meeting and said, "Instead of arguing about how to distribute our food, let us focus on ourselves. Each of us will strive to cultivate our inner peace and mindfulness. When we do this, we will naturally know how much food we need, and the distribution will take care of itself." The villagers nodded, beginning to see the wisdom in the story. Siddhartha continued, the monks took this advice to heart. They began meditating regularly, practicing mindfulness, and understanding their own needs. As time passed, they found that they were no longer concerned with who received more or less food. They were content with what they had, and the atmosphere in the monastery became one of harmony and peace. The villagers listened intently, absorbing the lesson. Siddhartha concluded, "So, my dear friends, instead of arguing about how to divide the water, perhaps you can each focus on yourselves. Be mindful of your own water consumption, and trust that if each of you practices this, the well's water will naturally be used wisely and fairly." The villagers exchanged thoughtful glances, their anger slowly dissipating. They thanked Siddhartha for his wisdom and dispersed, each deep in their own thoughts. Over the following weeks, the villagers took Siddhartha's advice to heart. They began to monitor their water usage more closely, considering the needs of others as well as their own. As they did so, they noticed a remarkable transformation in the village. The once heated arguments at the well became rare, replaced by smiles, polite exchanges, and cooperation. The villagers realized that by focusing on themselves and their own actions, they had created a more harmonious and equitable community. Word of the villagers' transformation spread, and people from neighboring villages came to learn from Siddhartha and the villagers. The wisdom of focusing on oneself to bring about positive change resonated with all who heard it. Siddhartha's teachings continued to inspire not only the villagers but also those who sought enlightenment and inner peace. His story of the monks and the village well became a timeless parable, a reminder that true harmony and fairness begin within oneself. And so, in that serene village nestled amidst lush green hills, the teachings of Buddha lived on, carried forward by Siddhartha and the villagers who had learned the profound lesson of focusing on oneself to bring about positive change in the world. Thank for watching.